From the 1011 Now streaming studio, this is 1011's Morning Pulse.
Sponsored by Murray Roofing.
Hello and good afternoon. This is Craig Allison with a later edition of your Morning Pulse for Monday, March 31st. We've had both news and technical difficulties this morning, so we're going to go right into our first story. In health news, a multi-state measles outbreak in the southwestern United States has reached at least 455 cases. It's a combined number from cases in Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma, and our neighbors in Kansas. World Health Organization has labeled the outbreaks as having a potential significant public health impact with some spread into Mexico. Health experts are tying the rise in cases to under-vaccination, but there is a highly effective vaccine available, that being said. Your second story from new this morning, Lincoln Fire and Rescue were called to an accident after a vehicle crashed through a fence of a northeast Lincoln home. Happened near 84th Street and Elizabeth Drive just after 8 a.m. The vehicle went through the backyard, eventually stopping once it tapped the home, as you can see right there. And from the homeowner, this vehicle stopped right outside of their bedroom window. LPD are still investigating what caused the crash and how much damage was done, but stick with us at 1011 for updates on this crash. Third story this morning, one person has critical injuries after a rollover crash south of Bennet, which also knocked out power to the town at one point. Happened just before 7 o'clock last night at 162nd and Hickman Road. Lancaster County Sheriff's Office says the driver of an SUV lost control of the vehicle, rolled it into a ditch, and took out a power pole. Driver was ejected from the SUV, but LSO says his injuries are not life-threatening. Now, this morning, we have learned that power was restored to the town later after 9 p.m., but stick with us for more updates in this story as well. In our story, officials with Volunteers Assisting Seniors say they've planned an awareness campaign with the goal of alerting senior citizens to the possibility of tax savings if they apply for the state's Homestead Exemption Program. There are many senior homeowners who are unaware of the Homestead Exemption, or they know about it and don't apply because they don't think they'd qualify. Volunteers Assisting Seniors says it only takes a few minutes for seniors to find out if they qualify, and last year they were able to help over 900 people, saving almost $1.8 million in property tax relief. Wrapping things up with your final story, the Eastmont retirement home of Lincoln hosted the Monopoly for the Monarch event yesterday afternoon. This saw participants compete in shortened 55-minute rounds of Monopoly to raise money for the Monarch Charity Care Fund. The fund helps cover the cost for Eastmont residents in need of hospice care but are unable to afford it completely. Those with Eastmont say just over the past 4 years, they've provided about $90,000 of care to those who need it. That is your later edition of Morning Pulse, and we're going to wrap things up with a look at your 7-day forecast.
You've been listening to 1011's Morning Pulse. Watch, listen, stream on the 1011 Now app, on YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sponsored by Murray Roofing.